what I'm about to share with you are the top news for this week. First, let's have a look at this publication. It says the most powerful passports. UK used to top the list in 2016. Right now in 2026, you can see UK is on the 5th role. It means that you can have access to 184 countries. The very top is Singapore with access to 192 countries. It's followed by Japan, Korea, UAE, then Norway, then Switzerland, before you see UK and EU. Then we have Canada, New Zealand, Australia. This is a great diagram that explains to you the data behind powerful passports. Next, we have European retirement age is set to rise. New data shows most EU countries will push back retirement by the late 2060s to keep pension systems funded. Men and women entering the workforce now can expect to work about 2 years longer than those retiring today. The UK has already announced they are pushing it to 67 from 2028. Just expect more pushbacks. Now it says Gen Z, millennials, Gen X and boomers have very different ideas of what they owe their aging parents. So you might be wondering, what do they think? It says here every generation agrees at least out loud that they are supposed to take care of their parents when they get older. But not all generations agree on what that actually involves, and the differences stay politely hidden right up until there's a hospital bed, a diagnosis, or a house that suddenly has too many stairs in it. What this article is saying is that most people feel appreciative to their parents and they're willing to take care of their parents and give them support. But it depends on what support is all about. When it gets to the extent that you are always on the hospital bed, you need support 24/7, that is when some people will just withdraw. They can't handle it. They feel they won't be able to carry it on till that stage. The boomers have been exceptional. As you keep going down the generation, you see less and less people willing to go the extra mile because of maybe funding, maybe they cannot afford it, or they feel they do not understand the implications of having that support, being bedridden, things like that. Now it says millions urged to check energy bills for £150 discount. Eligible households must ensure that their name is on their electricity account by August 23 to receive the warm house discount automatically. This rebate will help about 6 million people across Britain this winter. Remember that he wants to remove VAT on electricity bills, so he's reducing it from 5% to 0%, and that means your energy bills are likely to come down this winter from October. So these are just fantastic news. I'm so happy to hear about this. This would really help many families that struggle with the energy bills in the UK. I'm looking forward to this particular thing happening. This news headline says Andy Burnham and John Haley, new bank account rules for households with £10,000 savings. Now, I was really interested to find out what this is all about. When I opened the article, it says the £20,000 tax-free ISA rate will be cut to £12,000 from April 2027 under measures announced by the previous Chancellor Rachel Reeves. This will impact working age household under 65 years old, with pensions being protected from the changes. I've shared this news with you previously, so I was wondering, are they going to change it? It says it appears these rules will still come into place under Andy Burnham and the new Chancellor John Haley. Savers aged under 65 will only be able to put up to £12,000 into cash ISA. Wow, they're not going to change it, so that's what it means. It says music producer Brian Eno on why he supports higher taxes on wealthy Brits. They said 150 wealthy Brits wrote to Andy Burnham asking him to tax them more, that they approve they should increase taxes on their income or whatever they have. So that's something you need to look out for. It says here, I quit my 9 to 5 after starting a £100,000 a year business from my garage. You will be inspired after reading this article. Next, by Business Insider, I said, I worried I'll never find a job after a 6-year career gap. One thing made it easier. So read her article about how she had to care for her kids. She spent 6 years at home, but she still went into the industry, did the interview, and she was shocked they employed her. So we have a lot to learn from her. Next, it says Amazon shares surge toward best day in a decade. My goodness, we have been waiting for good news because the market has been bloody. It has been red for a while now. Just have a look at this. Can you see that bump up? Can you see that 15% up in the past 5 days? That is good news. Guys, when it is red, it's always good to have your dry powder and go shopping. Next, it says recent graduates are locked out of work. It's not shocking. AI is taking a lot of jobs. The job market is crazy of recent. That's why I said before you choose any course to study in the UK or anywhere, do your research. Find out the return on investment. How much are they paying? Are they offering visa sponsorship? There are so many questions to ask. The next publication is by Gulf News. It says $20,000 US visa bond to be made permanent. Countries affected. So you know that the US introduced those rules about $20,000 bond. But see what it has to say here. The State Department is making permanent a pilot program under which citizens from 50 countries, mainly in Africa, are required to post bonds to apply for a US visa. And it's raising the cost as well to as much as $20,000. Hey, they are not going to change their minds maybe anytime soon. So are you prepared for that? Are you willing to move to the US and then have that $20,000 bond? Another publication by the Times of India says US government plans $100,000 fee on foreign students. What it means for engineers and other planning to work in US. So a lot of people are worried. Remember, they introduced that one for the H1B visa in September last year, but this is different now. Guys, the rules keep changing everywhere in the US, UK, everywhere. It keeps changing. They are making it harder and harder, tougher and tougher. So plan ahead of time. Next on my list says US landlords refinance to expand rental portfolios. Over 75% of property investors plan to tap into their existing equity to buy more homes. It's not a new thing. Many people leverage the equity in their homes. They don't use it to buy liabilities. So this is just one common means many people use to grow their property portfolio. Go and read more about this. Financial Times says Amazon completes $50 billion investment in OpenAI. You can see there is what they call a circular economy. They are saying that some of the revenue that they have been sharing are a bit inflated because some of the money is coming from an investment from another company. As you can see this example here, Amazon is investing in OpenAI, and you know that OpenAI is coming into the market soon. Sometime in October, August, we are not sure. We have been hearing rumors about them moving it forward. But I'm talking about the way NVIDIA is investing in Micron. These other companies investing in another company. They're just sharing revenue amongst themselves. And it looks like it helps inflate their revenue when they keep investing in each other. In that way, it seems like their company is very solid. Some people are questioning their revenue and whether it's just inflated figures. That talks about this online. Go and check it out. It says here, we have been evicted from where we have called home for 55 years. This is a serious situation right now. They've lived there for 55 years. You might be wondering, so why are they being evicted from their home? They've called it home for 55 years. So let's just read further. I feel we will learn a lot from this particular publication. This was published by the BBC. It says here he has lived in the same house on Springfield Avenue in Bury St. Edmunds since he was 2 months old. Since the death of his mom in 2023, he and his brother Stephen have been allowed to remain there without a formal tenancy agreement in place. But now, Havbury Homes, which owns the property, has told the brothers it wants it back by 13th of August, although it will help them explore an alternative housing option. Moving is stressful enough, but if you are having to move in an dignified way in a short space of time with nowhere to go is even more stressful, said Marshall. I have literally 2 sleepless nights where I didn't even get 5 minutes when we found out, and I felt sick. In fact, I was sick several times. So you can see that we have a lot to learn from this. I feel it's always good to have your will intact. You have to do a lot of things in place. I don't know whether she paid off the property, but money discussions have to be made before someone might pass away. You just need to talk about that. It's an uncomfortable discussion. If you need probate, you do it. In fact, some of these things are very critical, and people need to make alternative arrangements for their kids. There should be a clear awareness of, hey, this property is not fully mine. I didn't pay for it in full. This is what is left over. Do I have life insurance? Do I have a will? Things like this need to be spoken about. There should be a discussion so that your loved one is not left in limbo. That's my personal opinion. I don't know the full story, but I feel these things need to be discussed. I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Have a fantastic August.